Today on Trisha. Ariel is here to save her mother from the man who's destroying her life.
She calls me at least once a week, crying, sobbing, saying she doesn't know what to do. She wants Glenn out of the house, but she's scared.
You have called a woman every name in the book and pulled them by their hair, spit in their face, put your hands around their neck, left bruises on their arms, hit them.
Have you hit her?
You got a big mouth.
Since Glenn moved in, Mom Claudia's obsession with collecting junk has spiraled out of control.
Not only does he contribute to the problem, but he's mean, he's selfish, and actually stresses her out and causes her to hoard more than she ever has before.
Ariel says Glenn's abusive and controlling ways are driving her mother to drown herself in junk.
Collecting things gives me a rush.
And you've been threatened with eviction a number of times.
Yes, it's emotionally draining. It makes me feel shameful, guilty. It's hard to even want to wake up in the morning.
A fiancé who may be the heart of the problem.
When you get mad, it's like,
I wasn't mad, I was calling my mom.
We were, she wasn't mad.
This is a classic case of domestic abuse.
A daughter trying to dig her mother out of the wreckage.
He knows that if she
That is
cleans her
crazy.
house, he'll be the next piece of trash to go.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Do you want to be with him?
Find out today on Trisha.
Okay, this is Glenn. This is Glenn. Backstage is Glenn's fiancée, Claudia. Now, Glenn called our show because he says he and his fiancée, Claudia, are literally drowning in junk. Glenn says his fiancée, Claudia, is obsessed with collecting useless garbage and piling it up in the house. Now, things have become so bad, Glenn is beginning to question whether or not a marriage can work under these conditions. Listen to their story.
For the last 40 years, Claudia says she's felt an overwhelming urge to collect things.
Collecting things gives me a rush. It is like an addiction. It does make me feel good to find something really fun, really interesting that someone else thought was trash.
Claudia's daughter, Ariel, says her mom's hoarding has plagued her for her entire life.
We were evicted from a home when I was younger, and I was embarrassed to bring friends over at any time when I was in school. My mom missed a lot of important events in high school and elementary school because she claimed she had to stay home and clean. But when I got home, I realized that nothing had really been accomplished.
Another person who's upset is Claudia's fiancé, Glenn, who says their entire relationship is at stake.
When I walk through my house, I see nothing but just garbage. To me, it's junk. And she has a use for it. This pillow, I could care less about, okay? Now, it's got, if me and her name is on there, that's fine. But you know what? It's got Wanda and Carl. We got a stick. This will come in handy. I love this. Claudia, you know what this is used for? That's what I thought. Look what we got here. What is this? This is a cap that goes on something, okay? We need this. Every household in America does. I want a pink feather, okay? Let me get a hat.
Glenn is so turned off by Claudia's hoarding, they don't even sleep in the same room.
My room I keep locked. And the reason I keep locked is where she can't come in there and bring junk in there.
A mess in every sense of the word. Claudia says she's here hoping she can change her life.
It makes me feel shameful, guilty, just like I wasted, you know, if I'd known ahead of time that I could have done something with my life. I was hoping that I could, before it's too late and I'm old and gray, get it the way I want it to be in my life so that I can have a good job, so I can have people in my life, so I can feel like I measure up in the world.
Well, as you just heard, there is another casualty in this mess. Claudia's daughter, Ariel, is here today to help put an end to the drama in Claudia's life. We'll meet her a little bit later. But first, Glenn, how much do you hate the mess?
Oh, I can't stand it. Are you kidding me? Okay.
Oh my gosh, which room is this?
This one of many that says you walk in the door. I have to climb over stuff to get to my room.
But you must have known about this right from the word go.
I did, from the word go. The problem is I fell in love with this lady. I told her, I said, let me help you. I cleaned a room just for us, okay?
Yeah.
And I thought this would, get her motivated to get something going.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, she keeps coming home with more stuff. She just wants to get in a car, drive around, and look for junk.
And you got a pet doggy.
Oh, got a pet. I got a little dog named Chico. I have to leave my dog locked up in my room because if I let him outside, I'm afraid the possums, raccoons, whatever that's out there. I've heard stuff under that stuff growling. Okay. Oh yeah.
Really?
Let me tell you something.
Stuff growling.
I get up in the middle of the night to get a drink of water. I'm scared to go into the kitchen because next thing I know, as I get to the ice box, a rat runs across my foot. As I turn around, I see nothing but them cockroaches running everywhere. I said, this is...
So you've got rodents, you've got cockroaches, you've got, I'm guessing, bugs.
Bugs, everything, anything you can think of. I mean, you can pick up clothes. Look at this. Look at this. You see the size of that. It doesn't look very big, but I've actually seen a rat that's almost as big as my chihuahua.
When you try to talk to her, Carla, about her problem, what does she say?
Claudia is one of them kind that's a good worker when she's working. When she's not, she has nothing to do. So what does she do?
Collect trash.
She collects trash. And this is what she does.
Why? What's her reason for it?
This is what I believe. She says it's to get to help people, that she will give
Help
stuff.
people?
Yeah, to give stuff away that people maybe need if somebody's like. First of all, I wouldn't take none of that stuff. And I don't know anybody else that would either. So.
Now, so how often does this happen? I mean, is this every day?
This is every day. This is every day.
I hear she's been caught running down the street after a dumpster truck.
Yes. She's actually crawled in behind dumpsters and came and went inside them to get stuff out and put them into her car and bring them home. And she goes, honey, can you help me? And she smells like dumpster, you know what I mean? And I'm going, is this, what are you doing? You smell, you need to take a shower. Okay, I will after you help me with the stuff. It stinks. There's clothes, there's other stuff, crayons, stuff that just, I mean, what are you doing?
Now, can she actually get into her bed?
Get into her bed? You kidding? Look, that's her bed. That's
that is her bed?
That's her bed, right there. That's her bed.
So where does she sleep?
Are you kidding? I had to make a room for her to be able to sleep.
She has a problem.
Oh, it's a problem. And you know what? She doesn't think she's got one. I'll be honest with you. I love this lady. I'll marry her in a minute. The problem is, I'm not going to marry the trash thing.
Come back, you'll see what happened when Claudia let our senior producer Alison see firsthand what a day in the life of a hoarder is like, and you will not believe what was caught on camera. Stay with us. Coming up,
It's emotionally draining.
Yeah?
And it's hard to even want to wake up in the morning. Believe it or not, there's a cat in here somewhere that lives in here.
And later.
She calls me at least once a week, crying, sobbing, saying she doesn't know what to do. She wants to get out of the house, but she's scared.
You have called a woman every name in the book, hit them.
Have you hit her?
You got a big mouth.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Have you hit her?
Today on Trisha.
Okay, before the break, we were talking to Glenn, who says his fiancée Claudia's obsession with hoarding junk is destroying their relationship. Now, clearly, Claudia's hoarding is putting a strain on her entire family, but the person who admits they're suffering the most is Claudia herself. So please welcome Claudia. Hi, Claudia.
Hi,
have a seat. How does it feel to be away from all your stuff?
well, it's a breath of fresh air.
So, what do you call it? Hoarding, collecting?
I don't like the word hoarding because hoarding implies that you keep all the stuff and you don't give it away. You have to hang on to trash. I mean, literally, like, you know, food packaging. And no, I feel like it's salvaging, saving things.
You gotta be kidding me.
Collecting things. And I do help people. I do bring them clothes and things that they need.
So what would people need out of this stuff?
Believe it or not, I have found a lot of clothes for people, baby clothes, baby equipment like car seats, strollers, things of that nature.
And how does it feel seeing your home represented like this on a screen?
It is humiliating. It is embarrassing.
And you've been threatened with eviction a number of times.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Do you sleep in your bed?
No.
Why not?
I think the answer is obvious. I mean, there's really no place to sleep.
Have you got a cat?
Yeah, the cat kind of hides out. You don't really see the cat.
Yeah, it's
you
scared.
see the food gone.
The cat's scared. What's the cat scared of?
Come on.
Well, the cat used the cat used
And you sift through the dumpsters.
I conveniently live by like 5 different thrift shops, and they throw things out on a regular basis. So
Right.
yeah, I have.
And you do that every day?
I usually go on Craigslist, and there's like free stuff that they're giving away, and I find stuff in the area.
Yeah, like a horse head on a stick.
No, that was,
Okay, put up. How do you even get up there? Oh, they got a pin.
No, like
she
a
gets
rocking
a pinata that's supposed to have candy in it, and you got it out there in the backyard. There's no candy in it, and it's just hanging there. Okay, what is that? The George Foreman grill. Just think about that. We opened it up. You can't cook because there's no grill in it.
Really? I think.
So Claudia, let me ask you something. We know why Glenn is here. Why are you here?
Because I realize that it's way overboard. It's way out of control.
It must take a lot of energy trying to clean this stuff up.
That's another thing.
How do you keep going?
It's emotional. It's emotionally draining.
Yeah?
And it's hard to even want to wake up in the morning.
So all of this is very stressful for you?
Yes. Yes.
So either though there's some people, can laugh or be incredulous, for you, it's feeling down. You mentioned sometimes not wanting to get up or feeling tough to get up in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, not being able to have anybody over. Won't open the door for the repairman or the FedEx man, or just open it a crack.
Well, Claudia agreed to let our senior producer Alison spend the day with her and sift through her collectibles, and what they caught on camera was pretty shocking.
Hello? Oh my gosh, it's worse than it's ever been. Oh my gosh. Believe it or not, there's a cat in here somewhere that lives in here. Tiger!
Where's your bed?
It's underneath all this.
Where?
I mean, this is actually it that I'm sitting on.
You're sitting on your bed right
Yeah.
now.
Like, I collect stuff like this. Like, that is just amazingly beautiful. This white wicker thing was free on the side of the road.
Where are we
It's
putting
usually
it?
not this bad in the bathroom. I usually try and keep the bathroom. But I was thinking right here. I was thinking, ouch. I was thinking right here.
What are those?
I just have a lot of shower rings. And I collect marbles and little beads and dice. I like whimsical things that make you smile, like here's a poodle that tells you the weather. This was broken, and I glued the legs back on it from the side of the road.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Bottle caps. And
So if I took this right now.
yeah, that wouldn't be cool. There was a small... okay.
With your hand?
Yeah, but then I sanitize.
So what happens if I take these and I throw them out?
Well, because I haven't looked at them yet.
But, so I can just like throw them out.
Yeah, because I'd like to see them before you throw them out. I mean, because you don't even know which one.
But how long have they been here?
They've been there.
This is from 2008.
I get a lot of my stuff from free stuff on Craigslist. Free futon couch, free shower doors, free rose bush, which I would love to get. I just got a bag of dirt. It's like just like a gambler or a shopaholic. We're off to gather some stuff. This car I got off Craigslist. Woohoo! This looks like a little kid's hat. Harp and finial. Ooh. A globe. Copper tone. Books. Oh, the Winnie the Pooh pictures. East Asia. Oh, my son would love that book. Look at all the stuff I found. Like books I can give away to the kids at church. CDs. Oh, look, a book on hope. I need hope. But look, what's my nickname?
Strawberry.
Strawberry, and it's got strawberries on it. Woohoo! Okay, let me get the other box. There's more.
So Alison, our producer, is with us. Alison, does that video do justice to what you saw?
It does and it doesn't. It literally looks like if you took a house and just turned it upside down and shook it. Mm-hmm. It's kind of what it looks like inside, and it's just stuff everywhere, in every nook and cranny.
So you were surprised yourself?
Absolutely. Walking in, I couldn't, you know, just to, like Glenn was saying, to get from here to there is like you're stepping over stuff, you're falling over stuff. There's just stuff everywhere.
What's the worst thing you saw?
Well, the roach, the smashing the roach with the hand was my favorite. But just random things like, you know, in her bedroom, it's just like a giant bra that's like a size, like 6 times too big for her. And you know, she's holding up the bra and, you know, you go to get rid of it and she's like, well, no, because there's the padding in the bra and maybe I can keep the padding in the bra and give it to somebody. It's like everything has meaning. And so you can't get rid of anything.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Claudia, if you will never use some of this stuff, some of the stuff you'll never give away, does it have some meaning for you?
No, I mean, ideally, there's things that I've kept. No, I mean, like that bra. I mean, I noticed that there was those gel things, and I go, well, maybe I can use these. And I was basically just joking. The bra had no straps. The bra was too big. Don't know where the bra came from. It came from a bag of stuff. So yeah, I could toss that. I can throw things away.
Is it still there, the bra?
The bra's still there.
The bra's still there. You collect, let's go through some of the things. You collect pictures of other people.
Because of all the things that I've lost over years of putting stuff in storage and other things that have happened to me that were traumatic where I lost all my stuff. So I found pictures that were places that I had actually been when I was young. They were black and white pictures. And it actually looked like me in the picture because you couldn't really see the face that well.
So you hung on
and
to
I
them.
thought, well, I could just pretend that these are my memorabilia since I lost my...
How do you feel when you lose your stuff?
Emotionally, it was very, very hard for me in the beginning because when I was 16, I went to Florida to find my mom. When I came back to my childhood home, everything was gone.
So when you get back to your dad...
My room is completely cleaned out. I mean, not one little shred of evidence that I even lived in that house.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. Not a picture, not a knick-knack, not any clothing, not my dolls, not anything.
So is that part of the reason you now hang on to every single thing you come across?
Well, yeah, because part of me was kind of lost.
So if I asked you to describe who you were as a person?
I guess at some level I feel like I'm sort of living on the edge of society, like I'm not a legitimate, bona fide citizen of the United, you know, like I'm not a real person in a sense because I don't really have a real life.
You don't count?
I don't count.
All right, we'll talk some more. When we come back, we'll meet Claudia's daughter, Ariel, who claims Glenn is one of the main reasons why Claudia has this debilitating obsession. Stay with us. Coming up...
She calls me at least once a week, crying, sobbing, saying she doesn't know what to do. She wants Glenn out of the house, but she's scared.
You have called a woman every name in the book, hit them.
Have you hit her?
You got a big mouth.
And later...
This is a classic case of domestic abuse.
To help her, it has to start with getting you out of the picture.
Introducing Mistakes by Nosey, the mobile gaming story app that puts you in control of your own thrilling adventure. With Mistakes by Nosey, immerse yourself in a world of thrilling choices and captivating stories. With hundreds of pasts to choose from and new stories added regularly, you'll always have new mistakes to make. Download Mistakes by Nosey and play anytime, anywhere. Mistakes by Nosey, where every choice matters. Search Mistakes by Nosey in the Android and Apple app stores. Download Mistakes by Nosey now.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Have you hit her?
Today on Trisha.
We've been talking to Claudia and her fiancé Glenn, who have come here looking for help. Well, Glenn has anyway. Now, Claudia has an obsession with collecting and storing. I call it useless, dirty junk. What do you call it?
I call it salvageable, sometimes junks, but stuff. I wouldn't pick up a rusty can on the side of the road, as you might think.
Do you think you're salvageable?
Deep down inside, I do. I do believe I'm salvageable.
Deep. Now, you said when you met Glenn, you kind of, did you get into this with
Well,
Claudia?
this was the deal. As long as I could spend time with her, okay?
But did you get into the collecting?
Oh, I got
You
into
got
the
into the dumpster.
I got in the dumpster with her and everything, and you know what? You can call it true love, whatever you want, but you know what? I did what I had to do. There was some pretty, thank you.
Yeah.
There was some pretty cool stuff that I found.
Okay, but before we were talking about your relationship with your daughter, and you admitted it had affected that because growing up, she couldn't bring anybody home because of the state of the house. So, as we said before, there's one person who is very upset and angry about this situation, Claudia's 23-year-old daughter, Ariel. Now, listen to why Ariel's mad, and more importantly, who she is mad at.
My mom's life has been a mess since she was 15 years old. Ever since she was young, she's been collecting stuff and using it to replace the love that she isn't receiving. My mom met Glenn a few years ago. She looked to him for comfort and support. Instead, all he did was instigate the problem. Not only does he contribute to the problem, but he's mean, he's selfish, he keeps her all to himself, and actually stresses her out and causes her to hoard more than she ever has before. I just want my mom to be happy. My whole life we've been dealing with these problems, and it all started because she just wanted to help out everyone around her because she has such a big heart. And I just want her to know that we love her. We don't need a bunch of stuff from her for us to be happy and for her to be happy. She doesn't need to give that stuff to other people. She needs to declutter her house. She needs to declutter her life. She needs to get rid of all the trash, and that includes Glenn.
Please welcome Ariel. So you mean that about Glenn?
Absolutely.
What is your problem with Glenn?
If I leave with my mom for more than 10 minutes, you're blowing up her phone, yelling at her, asking her where she is. You try to tell her that we want to manipulate her, but really you're the only one who's manipulating the situation. You're the only one who does not have pure intentions. All I want is for my mom to be happy.
I want her to be the same.
I don't think that's true.
Let me tell you this, okay? I love your mother with all of my heart, okay? At the same time, okay, when your mother goes, let's say, collecting stuff on the streets and everything, even at night, okay?
With you.
Please hear me out. The bottom line is you are just as bad when she comes and brings the stuff up to your house, and then you're going to have, what, a garage sale?
You clearly don't know me at all if you think that for a second I support my mom's hoarding.
Tell me about you. I think you had some friends over, or you wanted some friends over when you were about 12 years of age?
I mean, I've always been embarrassed. I usually have just avoided it completely. I mean, there have been a handful of times where I will, you know, clean the house myself, but usually I get in trouble because I'll wait till my mom's gone and then just bag up a bunch of stuff and throw it away, but
And when your mum comes home and sees that you've done that, how does she react?
she's angry because admittedly I don't go through everything. Admittedly that I'm angry when I do it.
But now you're saying that Glenn is part of the problem?
Absolutely.
You feel he keeps you away from your mum?
Absolutely.
That's absolutely insane.
He knows that if she
That is
cleans her
crazy.
house,
that
she will realize that she deserves better and he'll be the next piece of trash to go.
Well,
Can I ask you if you love Glenn?
I grew to love Glenn. I didn't fall in love with him as he did with me. And
Do you love him now?
he has chipped away at my love. There's been verbal abuse. There's been a lot of name calling to my daughter, to my son.
He grabbed the phone away from my mom the other day, and I just called to see how she was. And he grabbed the phone away and said, "Who is this?" And I said, "This is her daughter. Will you please give her back the phone?" And he went on to
use every expletive in the book.
Yes.
Every
True?
word, every
Yeah.
nasty
Why?
word.
Flipped out at me.
She didn't do anything.
you got to understand something. Let's say this. I don't believe that she's cheated, but she's been around some old boyfriends. Is that correct?
Okay, but I was a female person on the phone.
But sometimes
What
you
was
sound
suspicious
like a guy.
about that? That doesn't make any
doesn't
sense.
sound like
No,
a guy.
no,
I mean,
when
we
she's
clearly
mad.
said it
I
was.
know
She's
you
mad.
meant that to be
She wasn't mad,
insulting,
though.
but that doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's like when you get mad, it's like.
I wasn't mad. I was calling my mom.
We weren't. She wasn't mad. We were having a regular.
So hang on. When we started talking here, in my eye, I saw you as the witty, jovial guy who's been there all the time. Now we're scratching beneath the surface,
Right.
and we're seeing something different. Ariel, what do you want to happen?
Best case scenario is that we never see his face again after today. I know that's not going to happen, but I know, and this is not in any way a selfish desire. I want my mom to be happy. If I dislike Glenn for personal reasons, but I knew my mom was happy, I would let them go. I would put them
You
aside.
don't think your mum is happy with Glenn?
She calls me at least once a week, crying, sobbing, saying she doesn't know what to do. She wants Glenn out of the house, but she's scared.
Let me tell you something. you got a big mouth, and you know what?
You have a
always
bigger mouth. You have a bigger mouth.
I'm just standing up for my mother, who I love. And if I have a big mouth, then that's your opinion. But
And I will tell you this.
Yeah.
I love this woman with all my heart and soul. I will do anything in the world for her, okay? But I see her kids manipulate her.
If this is true, Claudia, why is Glenn still living there?
Because she's scared her.
If she feels this way now that I hear this, which is a whole different story,
heard it 100
okay?
times.
You know what I'll do? I'll go.
If only that were true.
Words are one thing, but actions speak louder than
Well,
words.
the
If you have
actions will
called
be true.
a woman every name in the book, word, the W word, the word,
It's all coming out
you
now.
name it, and pulled them by their hair, spit in their face, put your hands around their neck, left bruises on their arms, hit them, told them they're way
Hit 'em.
below your caliber. You know, it's
Have you
because
hit her?
No.
Do you want to be with him?
I thought there was hope for us, but after he talked to my daughter that way, he's talked to me that way, all those physical altercations, I don't feel that way anymore.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
And you know what? My daughter can get in the dumpster with her now.
You know what?
Well, when we come back, we're going to start trying to clean this entire mess up. Stay tuned. Coming up,
This is a classic case of domestic abuse.
To help her, it has to start with getting you out of the picture.
And later,
Claudia, you have to get rid of this stuff in order to have a functional, happy, joyful life.
Oh my God.
You are the fire. Get off my stage.
is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
have you hit her?
Today on Trisha.
Welcome back. Today we've been talking to Claudia, a self-admitted, well, I call it a hoarder, she calls herself a collector. And the show's taken a completely different turn because it comes out that, according to Claudia and her daughter Ariel, that Glenn is part of the problem rather than part of the solution, even though it was Glenn who contacted our show. And now we're hearing that both Claudia and her daughter are saying that, what, Glenn is part of the problem, Claudia? Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. And I think he didn't even call the show to really help me more than he did to get notoriety, to be a hero.
When I called the show, my main concern, can we find somebody that can help her, okay? Help her stop this
Okay.
I've never thought these words would come out of my mouth, but I agree with you. To help
hang
her,
on.
it has to start with you and getting you out of the
Ariel, I
picture.
just want to come to the audience because they've been muttering all the way through the commercial breaks in the show. And I think there's a divided opinion. What do people have to say? Yes, stand up for me.
Hi.
Yeah.
This is a classic case of domestic abuse. You don't have to lay a hand on someone to break their mind. You've really broken her more than she's already been broken. For you to treat her daughter like that is just breaking her more. This is somebody she loves and who wants to help her mom. Yes, she has a hoarding problem. Yes, she needs help. Claudia, you are not going to get help staying with this guy because he is preventing that.
Whatever the reason, the focus of today's show was the person in the hot seat in the middle is Claudia. And that's something we want to deal with. Is this something that you want to deal with, Claudia, with Glenn or on your own?
I need to do it with myself and my family.
So, Glenn, I guess this is where we say thank you and goodbye.
Great, thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
You don't look upset.
No, this has been a long time coming.
Okay, so one of the things I asked you to do, I wanted you to write a letter to your 16-year-old self. And I believe you have that
the letter
letter.
right here.
And I would like for you to read that to us.
To my 16-year-old self, looking back over the years, I see now how futile my attempts to piece my life back together by gathering stuff and hiding behind the physical mess of my environment. When I returned to my childhood home, I was so shocked to find my bedroom completely cleaned out and all of my possessions gone. I had left with the clothes on my back and came home to find every shred of evidence that I had ever grown up, lived, played, and dreamed there destroyed. From that point on, it was like my entire childhood was lost, and most of me with it. I spent the next 40 years salvaging things in an attempt to recreate my past, gathering stuff, and more stuff. I felt like I was emotionally stuck at age 16, and the finding, gathering, and saving of the stuff would somehow unstick me. These things, they would be loved. They were worthy to be cherished, just like I wanted to be. And all this stuff became extensions of myself. And if they brought joy, then I brought joy. And if they could be found worthy, then in turn I was worthy too. And I want to say to you, 16-year-old Claudia, that you are going to be all right and that you can move on now and let go. Love me.
So are we ready to start letting go?
We're ready.
Are we ready?
We're ready. It's been way long overdue.
Let's tackle the clean-up portion. I want to introduce you to somebody who's here to help that part of it. His name is Corey Chalmers. He's a biohazard specialist, and a hoarding expert, and a featured cleaner on A&E's Hoarders. Now, Corey is coming to us from Skype. Corey, are you there? Hi, Corey.
I am.
Hi. So, Corey, what's the best way for you to help?
There's so many issues here. A lot of them are very typical of hoarding behavior.
How can you help, and how can you clean up all of this stuff without throwing some of the keepsakes that really mean something? How do you separate the trash from the treasures?
By working with her, we're going to sort through every single item in her home. We're going to go through every box, every piece of paper, anything in there. And we're going to determine what she truly needs to live, what truly brings her happiness, and what's just filling space and filling voids that she has from all these past traumas and losses in her life. And I'm kind of glad that, you know, what happened before I came on happened, because I think the enabling of each other in this relationship with her and Glenn was not helping. So Claudia, I hope that the decision you just made is final, because I know your daughter probably thinks that you'll get back together with him. But I think for your best interest moving forward, if you really want to change, we need to clean the slate.
Thank you, Corey. Thank you very much. I've got just a quick exercise I want you to do with me. This is a representation of everything. Somebody really cleverly said that. Stand up, Claudia.
They didn't come from my house.
No, they didn't come from your house. Grab that. Grab that. Can you take any more? Grab that. Okay. Come with me. Now be careful, there is a step here. Okay, come with me. This is life as we maneuver through life, and this is all the stuff you've collected. Come up here. And now, who was the lady who made the really clever point? Stand up. If you were meeting somebody, hold your bags up, because you never let them go. How do you meet? How do you shake hands?
Through the rubble, but
you can't
shake hands, no.
And if you come for a walk along here, this is life's walk. Come towards me.
My baggage comes first.
The baggage comes first. It's getting in the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's been getting in the way for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah?
A long, long time.
Yeah.
I want to throw it right now.
You want to throw it right now? Throw it! Throw it! Yes, and I'm a realist. You'll probably slip back, or you may slip back, but you may not slip back. It doesn't matter. You have always been known as the lady who collects things. From now on, who is Claudia? You can tell the world who the new Claudia is, and that's how people will address you. This is a powerful medium.
The lady that releases things, that is free to love and give and share without the baggage.
Okay, we'll be back right after this.
I feel guilty and I feel ashamed that I even let it get this way. I'm almost having a panic attack, like I can't breathe.
Claudia, you have to get rid of this stuff in order to have a functional, happy, joyful life.
Oh my gosh.
This camera?
Introducing Mistakes by Nosey, the mobile gaming story app that puts you in control of your own thrilling adventure. With Mistakes by Nosey, immerse yourself in a world of thrilling choices and captivating stories. With hundreds of pasts to choose from and new stories added regularly, you'll always have new mistakes to make. Download Mistakes by Nosey and play anytime, anywhere. Mistakes by Nosey, where every choice matters. Search Mistakes by Nosey in the Android and Apple app stores. Download Mistakes by Nosey now.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Have you hit her?
Today on Trisha. Our producers went back to Dallas, Texas with hoarding expert Corey Chalmers and the Dallas Foreclosure Cleanup Company to assess, clean up and clean out Claudia's mess.
Looks like we already have a pile out here. Should I knock or just go in? Hi.
Gosh,
How are you?
Oh my God. You're here. Get to
Deep breath, deep
Okay,
breath.
All right.
We're gonna get through this, I promise.
This is my bedroom.
And how long has it been since you've slept in your bed?
Months and months and months and months, maybe. Actually, I've only slept in my bed a couple times in 2 years. I look at all this stuff and I feel guilty and I feel ashamed that I even let it get this way. I get so stressed out that I feel like I'm almost having a panic attack, like I can't breathe.
Okay, but this is nothing. Like, really, in the big picture, this is so easily fixed. But it's also so easily, or it could so easily get out of hand and get a lot worse.
To start, Corey set Claudia to the task of cleaning off her dining room table. In almost no time at all, she went through her first box of the day.
So, literally in 2 minutes, you cleaned off this table without my saying a word.
They still had a long way to go. Claudia's kitchen, den, bedroom and dining room were still buried under mountains of Claudia's belongings. It wasn't long before Claudia started to struggle under the pressure of the task.
The student handbook.
What do you need that for?
My son's still a student. He's in college.
Okay, is this something that you would use in college? Copyright 1979.
Okay, fine.
You think there's something in college that he's gonna need from 1979? Good. I want you to learn today. I don't care if I clean your house because you can continue this after we leave. So all these that you just say, let's talk about them. Books appear to be a hard thing for you.
Okay.
So talk about these books.
All right, let me go to the restroom because I never can think. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh.
Are you getting stressed? Are you all right? Will you come out?
Has cleaning out her life broken Claudia? Or can she finish the task?
Oh my God.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Have you hit her?
Today on Trisha, crisis averted. With the help of Claudia's daughter, they got back on track. The piles of garbage and donation bags were stacking up bit by bit. Slowly but surely, room after room was transformed from heaps of disorganized clutter into a functional place to call home. Claudia couldn't believe her eyes.
Thank you so much, Sally. I appreciate you so much.
Good job today.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate it so much.
You got it.
You're awesome.
New life for you.
Oh my God.
Claudia sat with her children at her clean table. They then did something as a family that they had never done before. They ate. Trash out of the house, Glenn out of the house. It was time to literally close the door on Claudia's past.
Goodbye. I'll never see you.
Is her fiancé driving her to hoard?
Have you hit her?
Today on Trisha.